Welcome students for academic and informative lecture. I am Dr. Sujata Kasbe from Abasaheb Garavare College, Pune. Today we will learn how to calculate effective atomic numbers by using Sedgwick theory. So let us first study the electronic interpretation of coordination. Sedgwick interpreted Werner's coordination theory in terms of the electronic theory of valency of the atom. He extended the Lewis theory to bonding in coordination compound. This theory was based on the following assumptions. Werner's primary valency is the electrovalency, which is positive valency. For example, chromium 3+ in case of chromium chloride. This is produced due to the loss of electrons from the metal atom. And the second assumption of Werner's is secondary valency is the coordinate covalency, that is electron pair sharing. He suggested that ligands act as electron donors and metal ion act as an electron pair acceptor. So thus, in this type of valency, a formation of coordinate bond take place between the central metal ion and ligand, which is shown by arrow from the ligand to metal. Therefore, according to the Sedgwick idea, the structure of complex hexamine nickel 2+ is as shown in the structure. Here we can see the formation of 6 coordinate bonds between nickel 2+ ions and 6 NH3 molecules. This coordinate bond formation takes place by the donation of an electron pair from each NH3 molecule to the central metal nickel ion. According to the structure, it is clear that the number of bonds formed is equal to the coordination number of the metal ion. So in this process of complex formation, many metal ions achieve the stable configuration of nearest inert gas. Next to this, let us learn about the Sedgwick concept of effective atomic number. So the rules for effective atomic number or inert gas rules are as such. This concept is introduced so as to explain the tendency of different metal ions to form stable complexes. He suggested that the metal ion will tend to accept electron pairs from donors until they achieve an inert gas configuration, that is the effective atomic number of the next inert gas. According to one of the basic ideas of electronic theory of valency is that one atom combined with another because of its tendency to achieve a stable electronic configuration or the effective atomic number of inert gas. And these stable electron configuration are usually identical with that of the next inert gas. Now, we know that the metal ions achieve stable inert gas configuration by accepting electrons from the ligands. In this way, the process of coordination provides the metal atom or ion an opportunity to achieve stable configuration for the effective atomic number of an inert gas. Let us see the definition of effective atomic number. It is stated as the sum of the number of electrons of metal atoms or ions plus the electrons donated by the ligands while forming a complex was called the effective atomic number. And when it is matching with the krypton, xenon, radon, and then it is said as it is obeying the effective atomic number rule. Let us see the calculation of effective atomic number and the formula for the calculation of effective atomic number is Z minus N plus 2 into coordination number. Let us study one example. Here the example is hexamine cobalt 3+. In this example, number of electrons in cobalt are equal to 27. Then number of electrons in cobalt 3+ ion is equal to 24. Here number of electrons lost are subtracted from the atomic number. The number of electrons donated by the 6 NH3 ligands equal to 2 into 6, therefore it is equal to 12. Finally, putting all these values in the formula, it will be 27 minus 3 plus 6 into 2 equal to 36. 36 is the atomic number of krypton. Therefore, it is assumed that this complex is obeying effective atomic number rule. Next to this, let us see the merits or advantages of effective atomic number. Number 1, it helps to understand the tendencies of the metals to coordinate with a certain number of ligands. In other words, we can say it predicts the coordination number of the metal. The second number is it explains stability of many coordination compounds and the complexes which are obeying effective atomic number rules are considered to be stable. So these are the advantages of an effective atomic number. Now let us see the limitations or disadvantages of the model. This model cannot be uniformly applied to all complexes because there are many exceptions to effective atomic number rule, so that it cannot be considered as a theory. Many complexes are quite stable even though they do not obey the rule. Due to donation of electrons from the ligands, metal ion accept that pair of electrons, and because of this it appears that there is accumulation of negative charge on the metal ion, which decreases the stability of complexes. The 2s2 electron pairs in NH3 and H2O have no bonding characteristics. In many complexes such as fluoro or others, the bond between central metal ions and ligands are not covalent but predominantly ionic. It gives no idea about the geometry of complexes. So students, in this session we learnt about the Sedgwick model, its concept and rules to calculate the effective atomic number, merits and demerits of the model. Thank you for watching the video. Take care of yourself and your family. Bye.